welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is my astrological outlook for the day. And today we are still very much in the energetics of yesterday's exact square that we had happening to the minute of Uranus to Saturn retrograde. And so tensions are high and conflicts are likely under these current energetics right now. People can be feeling very frustrated and limited in their progress right now as well. And this energy can generally just be feeling very heavy and oppressive. Remember, Uranus rules ultimately liberation and freedom and rebelling against any type of control or authority that tries to hold us back or hinder us from being our true authentic selves in any type of way. And this is in a square. Squares produce conflict and tension that creates change with Saturn, which rules authority and control structures and limiting things and holding them back and just being more restrictive and controlling generally. Saturn in Aquarius, that's Uranus's sign. So in turn, restricting authenticity, Aquarius, our uniqueness, our individuality, and these are the two dynamics that are at play and that are going head to head against each other right now, impacting two various areas of our life. And this again is an energetic that's coming back around from this past winter. January, February, these energetics were activated then as well. So look back, think back to what was going on in your life about that period of time, and those same themes are likely to come back around right now. And we're all just going to be experiencing some type of tension and also simultaneously these shocks and surprises and some, potentially like chaos, conflict, all of these themes. And if you want to know more about this energetic that is persisting today from its activation yesterday, watch my video from yesterday because I talk all about what was going on and what this activation is really representing in my video from yesterday when the aspect was coming exact. So we have that going on today, and that is really coloring a lot of what we're seeing on the world stage as well as what we're dealing with in our own lives. Also today, the moon is in Leo still, late Leo, so that means it will be squaring the black moon currently in the end of Taurus, 27 degrees Taurus, an exact trine to Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn, and Pluto is retrograde as well, remember. So we might be experiencing emotional conflicts today as well because of the moon going into square with the black moon. And these are centering around deep-rooted fears and insecurities. And this is also assisting Pluto in the purge and transformation of shadow side issues that is happening under the surface of things right now, in simultaneously and in the context of all of these other big changes and clashes that are going on. And it's really trying to lead us to fundamental changes and getting back in touch with our true values and our true priorities. And with the moon in square today, this is, dark, deep emotions, the moon, our feelings bubbling to the surface, or deep fears, the black moon being triggered today, and it might be something we deal with for the purpose of acknowledgement and healing. And this whole process is also because of the fact that it's Pluto retrograde, really redefining our relationship to power in all capacities, both our relationship to our own internal power and our ability to use our power to create and manifest in this world, and how powerful we are and how in power and control we are of ourselves, as well as how we deal with power structures and authority and people exerting power on us. All of these themes are coming into play right now, and it has to do with deep areas of our psyche and deep, complex, hidden, under the surface issues about things that just are undergoing this process of purification, purge, transformation, and a realignment with a just better and more appropriate relationship to our own internal power and how we allow ourselves to be overpowered and controlled by others as well. So this is highlighted, and with the moon today, again, that is just emotional difficulty, especially, there might be a lot of just frustration today generally, especially for people who aren't aware of you know, the transition of worlds that's happening right now, the shift of ages and everything that comes along with that. People who are operating more unconsciously and are more receptive, therefore, to the way that these energies are impacting them might really just be generally feeling a sense of overwhelming frustration and not really knowing the root of it, what it's coming from, what they're so irritated and frustrated about. But it really has to do with the moon in Leo today in square to the black moon in Taurus, who is in a trine to Pluto retrograde, while simultaneously Uranus in Taurus is also an exact square to Saturn in Aquarius, and we have Mars also in Leo now, moving in that direction, and that is really going to heat things up and intensify that square and add a lot of explosiveness and like dynamite to it as people become very, I mean, it's Mars and Leo. People become very defensive over the things that they love and their loyalties and their what they take pride in. If these things feel like they're being challenged, it's going to create major problems coming up here as Mars starts to move closer into opposition with Pluto and square to Uranus. And that is something else that we have to deal with moving into July. Another thing that, and so just generally this sort of underlying feeling of frustration, wanting to break out of something, but you can't for some reason. And also simultaneously, we still have this persisting square going on from the sun in Gemini. The sun is at 25 degrees of Gemini today, still in square to Neptune at 24 degrees of Pisces. And this is more of that just, well, simultaneously exposing secrets, exposing things that have been hidden, truths that have been clouded or made into some type of illusion or fantasy or confusion, really shedding light being exposed on deception, but simultaneously also massive attempts at deception alongside of it, because you know, with the sun in square to Neptune, things are coming out. The sun is definitely shining a light on things, and it's creating a conflict in terms of false or deceptive narratives that have been introduced in the past, especially with Mercury in retrograde right now and also in square. But also a lot of just misinformation, disinformation, and intentionally confusing ideas and facts being put out to confuse the reality and the nature of the true disclosures right now from the, like, to keep them in a state of uncertainty for the time being, because clarity is coming, but right now it's not there yet. We are just getting more information, seeing things from different perspectives and different alternative viewpoints, going back, looking at things from the past, reevaluating, rethinking, and coming to new ideas about a lot of things that have impacted us in the past. And again, this, because of the Saturn-Uranus square, a lot of it is going to have to do with things that happened around January, February time period. There was something else that I wanted to say. Oh yes, Mercury is also at 18 degrees of Gemini today, and the Sabian symbol, or the energetic frequency described in a picture form that energetic resonates to, is two Chinese men talking Chinese. So there may be some type of an emphasis on China in the news today as well, especially in relation to any type of secret or behind the scenes meetings or talking or planning or conversations that have happened, especially if there was some type of aspect to those conversations that was for the purpose of misconstruing information in some type of way. Mercury is clearing things up right now. So in relation to new information about things that have happened in the past as well. And again, this could have to do with the theme of China, two Chinese men talking Chinese, Mercury retrograde, uncovering things from the past, and square to Neptune that have been hidden, that have been clouded, with an emphasis on China today. So that's really the business for today. It's a rather an active day transit-wise, I guess, in the context of what we've been dealing with, though. And really today is just continuing to play out the powerful energetics from yesterday. And again, if you want a more in-depth description of those energetics that we had starting off the week yesterday and how they're playing out and why, and you know, the basic like nature of how they're interacting with each other and what they're translating into, check out my video from yesterday, because I made a really long video yesterday where I talked all about the Saturn Uranus square and the Sun Neptune square and what that means and how it's breaking down. But overall today, we are just sustaining that energy from yesterday. There's just this like sense of frustration, and our progress is being slowed down in a lot of ways right now. A lot of us are really trying to break through and to make progress and to head in a new direction in life, and it feels like it's just being limited or obstructed or stifled in some way, and we're having to go back and deal with things that we thought that maybe we had moved on from. But this is, I mean, we're in the retrograde squares right now. It's a retrograde square, the second of 3 squares from Uranus to Saturn, the second of 3 squares we've just had from Neptune to Mercury. And things are tense, but information is also coming through, and we don't want to be making decisions right now. We don't want to be setting things in stone. We want to remain very adaptable, very open, very go with the flow, because we don't have the whole picture yet, and we're in a state of stasis, like we're in a state of constant change right now. It's constant evolution in terms of clarity and getting the full picture and everything that really happened. And again, be careful with information today. Be careful with what you are believing, you know, because again, things are evolving right now, and we are getting more information, and we can't set things in stone yet because we don't have the full picture, but it's coming to us. So that's my report for today. Again, the moon square the black moon, that can be like a difficult emotional day as well, especially with that trine to Pluto going on. Really, the light of the moon, Leo, ruled by the sun, and those really dark issues affecting us and our feelings. But we're going to get through this. Like I said yesterday, we have some beautiful aspects coming at the end of this week when the sun moves into Cancer and Jupiter stations retrograde, and the moon will be in the early degrees of Scorpio. We're going to have a grand trine in water signs going on with the sun and the moon and Jupiter. That is really going to bring a lot of blessings in various areas of our life as well. So even though we have these constrictions and these frustrations, feeling limited, or just things not moving forward exactly the way we want them to right now in one way or another, we are going to have some blessings coming to us in other areas of life as we move towards the end of the week. So we're going to stay optimistic. We are not going to be pulled down on a frequency vibration level into, you know, the woe is me, the victim mentality, you know, feeling bad for ourselves. We need to understand this is all just part of the plan, and it's taking us somewhere better, where there's lessons that we have to learn along the way, and conflict and tension and difficult circumstances are really what push us to grow and change. And that's the process that we're in right now as we move into the age of Aquarius and the 6th sun, according to the ancient prophecies, and truly begin building the new paradigm, especially with the North Node in trine to Saturn right now. So if you guys liked my video for today, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think they would be interested, leave me comments. I love your comments. And join my Facebook group, Aubrey Stars on Facebook, if you want to check us out over there too. So I will see you guys back here tomorrow for my video for Wednesday, and I'm wishing everybody a beautiful day. See you later, guys. Bye.